So YouTube. So today's topic, I'm gonna talk about reasons why I don't agree with the American school system, and the reasons why I tend to struggle when it comes to the American school systems. So let's get to it. So um I'm currently going to Academy College. It's for haircutting. Um and I'm struggling with that school. I've been going to that school for a while. I was on and off. While I just got out the military, but while I was in the military, I was attending that school for a while. While I was in, but I had to like get out of that school because my military schedule was in the way. So, and I was taking night classes. So when I was in the military, I'll get out and go straight to that school for night classes. But now that I'm out the military, I'll take day classes, all day classes for it. So it's longer hours. But when I go to both programs at the time, well, I still am currently going, but um, whenever I go to that program, I tend to struggle a lot because like we'll go over certain subjects and then we'll for like one day and then we'll take the test on the next day or like in a few days, and I'm like, dude, I'm very new to haircutting. Like, why are we already taking tests on like certain subjects like anatomy, microbiology, chemistry, and other things when it involves haircutting? And I don't mind taking tests on them, but like, why are we doing it so fast? And it's like they're always speeding things up. They're always speeding up the process, and I'm like, if someone's new, like, okay, there's nothing wrong with book work, but like, why are we taking tests on it when we could? Because we go through class slides and like with these subjects, there's like class slides we could look up to. We have a whole book that we could fill out, and we could do that at home. We could do that on our own time, and we are supposed to do that. But like, why are we going over it in class and then we're taking a test on the next couple of days? You know, like it's not you're not really getting anything out of it because the things we're learning, we're just wasting time because we could learn all those things at our own free time. What makes it worse is that we're also taking tests on it. So I'm like, no. And so we'll do 3 hours of like book work, going over slides and taking notes and stuff. And then we take an hour lunch break. And then the next 3 hours we do hands-on haircutting techniques. And with the haircutting techniques, I feel like they don't even teach that properly, right? Because like it's like they already expect people to know how to cut hair. So then we have mannequins and we're supposed to like cut hair to make it look a certain way. And I'm like, okay, the people who do know, who already got the fundamentals down, let them do what they got to do. But for the people who aren't comfortable with cutting hair, who don't have the fundamentals down, let them get their reps in, you know, like overshadow them or tell them to do the basic steps first, you know, but they don't even do that. So I'm like, and whenever I ask questions or like that, they tend to get annoyed or like they expect me to already know this. And I'm like, dude, like that's not how school should be. And it reminded me of the times when I was in high school, and when I was going to community college, and even in middle school and elementary school. It like it reminded me of the times where like I really did not I felt engaged going into school because it's all about passing. Like they don't actually teach you how to learn. Yes, have certain programs like that, but like everything's literally school, and the American school system is literally all about, here's a subject we're going to go over, take notes, take a test, pass it. We don't care if you learn about it. We don't care. You can't use a phone. You can't use information to cheat. Just pass it. That's the mindset of the American school system. Um, there's this YouTube channel. His name is Dre Baldwin. He made a great top subject when he talked about the American school systems, and he mentioned that he mentioned that like how come schools won't let people quote unquote cheat, like how come, like because we have access to the internet, we have access to information, we have chat gbt, the internet and stuff like that. So why is that when we're taking a test we can't use our phones, we can't use outside sources to get answers from? And he talked about how like isn't that the point of like learning, because we're out in the real world, in order for you to get, I forgot what he said, but he made a great point. But he basically said that like in the real world, in order for you to find answers, you got to know how to be smart. Like you got to know where to look, how to research, who to go to, how to build connections. And it's similar to when you're taking a test in school. You're supposed to use your phone to get answers. You're supposed to use AI. You're supposed to use ChatGPT, because when you're in the real world, those are the things you're supposed to use. You are supposed to use, and we also use those things so we can learn on our off time. We use those things to learn. But he said how like the school system is so outdated. So how the school system, how it doesn't make students use those things. It outdates the people's minds, and it loses the people's mindset to it. It makes their ability to not really think outside the box, for them to think for themselves and how to critical think. I think he mentioned like the school systems, it doesn't make people know how to critical think. Everything is outdated. And it's true. And the American school system is all about results. It's not about learning. It's not about progression. It's all about results. And that's the thing I don't like about it. Like why can't school systems be about results? You know, I don't know. I mean, why can't school systems be about learning and progression and improvement? No, they rather want students to get results compared to students actually learning. Why is this? Because we're always taking tests, we're always taking exams, and everyone is taught and learned the same fucking thing. Everyone thinks different. Everyone has their own unique ways of learning and stuff like that. So, but yeah, so that's why I hate. That's why I always hated the American school system, and I never feel engaged. For some reason, whenever I'm not in school, I tend to learn the most through exploring life, through going outside, through doing self development, learn about spirituality, learn about like just how life works, how time is speeding up every day, how to use a phone, even how to speak through making YouTube videos and channels. I learned all that on my own, you know, how to buy my own apartment, how to learn about finances, learning how to even drive a car. I learned all that shit on my own with no help from my parents or anything like that. Um, and there's a lot of resources we could learn, like math, like basic school subjects on our own on a free time. Just have a phone or have access to a computer or a laptop, and have ad free subscription on YouTube, and you pretty much have a whole school to your own hands. But schools don't realize that. I think they if they catch students using AI or ChatGPT, then they get banned from it, or like that's considered cheating or plagiarism, which I get from their point of view. But at the same time, is like if they're not allowing us to make us use our outside resources to pass, then because isn't that the point of school, is to pass, since they don't care if we're learning or not? If they care about passing, then how come they give a shit about students using ChatGPT AI so they can pass? Isn't that kind of hypocritical? Because it's not about learning, it's not about progression, it's about passing. If school was about learning and progression, then they wouldn't care about, one, they wouldn't make students take tests and exams every fucking day, and they wouldn't care if they use ChatGPT or AI, because it's all about progression. It's all about learning, right? Isn't that what school is supposed to be? If you can have kids or students take tests or exams, let them take it, but don't fucking grade them. Don't let that determine whether they pass the course or not. The things that they're struggling or failing on, have them work on that, but don't fucking give them an F and force them to to um to fail a grade, and now they got to pay the school money back, or they got to flunk. You know what I'm saying? So it shouldn't be like that. You know, it really